Hey y'all, welcome back. Happy Wednesday. Today we're doing a video all about the new shows to hit the networks. I am so excited. If you know me, I'm a huge TV fanatic. Like, I will binge watch, I will get so into a show because I just love it. I love the storylines, I love different, aspects of different shows. I'm a lover of TV, so needless to say, I'm really excited about this video. We're going to be talking about 4 different shows today that I have been starting to watch that are brand new, and I'm going to give you my little insights and let you know if I think you should be tuning in. Before we get started, I just want to let you know this will contain some spoilers. I don't want to give away too much, but I feel like to describe this show, you kind of need to know a little. I'm going to do my best not to spoil too much, but still give you a good idea of what the show's about. So we're starting off with the new Shonda Rhimes, or one of the new. There's actually 2 new Shonda shows, which is pretty exciting. This one, though, is on ABC, and it is Station 19. Whoa. Just whoa. So there was a 2-hour series premiere, and it is now going to be joining the TGIT family, which stands for Thank God It's Thursday. And it's like a Thursday night special on ABC where they basically play like back-to-back Shonda Rhimes shows. So Grey's Anatomy, Scandal, and How to Get Away with Murder are all part of that. And now Station 19 is going to be added to that. So my favorite thing about Shonda Rhimes is how she always has a female lead, like a badass female lead. And, I feel like with Grey's Anatomy, she didn't start out as much of a badass as she is now. Like, Meredith had to go through a lot, and it's been 14 seasons, so I don't blame her. But I feel like with shows like Scandal, like this one, Station 19, they're starting off right out the gate as a badass, and I love that. So the main character is Andy Herrera, and she works at the Station 19 fire station, obviously. And the show really surrounds her as, of course, the lead, but also talks about her dad, who's the captain. She has her boyfriend, but it's kind of confusing because there's like a little love triangle going on already, and then a lot of great friends she has, and then also Ben Warren, who was actually on Grey's Anatomy as a surgeon, but then he decided he wanted to change professions and be a firefighter after they had a fire in the hospital. So they kind of did a little nice crossover thing, and to actually like introduce Station 19, they did a whole crossover episode where Andy went on Grey's Anatomy, and I think that was a really powerful move because it's like, just it grabbed me in instantly. I was like, I want to see more of this, so good on you, Shonda. You know what you're doing. So yeah, it's a really great show. There is a lot of action, but still a good amount of emotional angst, It's just a really great group. Like, I feel like I love the relationships between the characters. And yeah, but there is, again, I'm gonna go back to the love triangle because I'm a little confused. So she has her boyfriend, Jack. This is a little spoiler alert, but she finds an engagement ring that he was going to give her. And she's like, what is this? What is this? I don't know. Basically, she doesn't want to marry him. I'm assuming. That's the definite reaction she gave. So I was like, oh shoot, like there's trouble in paradise. Then they go off to fight this fire, and Jack and her dad, the captain, whose name is Pruitt, Herrera. He's definitely an older guy, like late 60s, probably early 70s. And he's still the captain of the fire station. They go off, in groups, and he leaves the dad to go check out this kid's room, and then he loses the dad in this building, and they can't find him. He's not responding to any kind of communication, and they're all freaking out. Find the dad, he's unconscious, and basically they have to jump out a window to escape the fire and all this stuff. But then they kind of cross over back to Grey's Anatomy, and it turns out the dad has cancer and did not tell anyone. So Andy's pissed. I mean, who wouldn't be? And he basically says he's gonna step down from the fire station, that it's time for someone else to take over, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave Jack, who is my lieutenant, also her kind of boyfriend who's technically kind of proposed to her, as the person in charge. So my camera just cut out, which kind of sucks, but basically she's like, you put Jack in charge, And that's kind of what gets her thinking, but she's like, you know what, I'm gonna let it go. Then she talks to her friend Ryan, who is my favorite out of the love triangle, who is basically like her childhood friend, she went to prom with, and he's a cop. and like he's just like a nice guy, you know, like you can tell he's a nice guy, hence why I like Ryan. Like also his name is Ryan. I mean, I love the OC, so of course I'm like kind of partial to that as well. He's like, why are you standing for this? Like, you should be the one like in charge, basically, you know, like no one knows this place like you do and all this stuff. She's like, yeah, that's right. So she basically throws her hat into the ring and is like, you need to promote me because I want to be in the race for this job, basically. So I was like, yeah, you go, girl. And yeah, so that's kind of how it starts. And they also have a couple fires they run out to, you know, take care of. He did also have a little kind of section I liked, which was kind of talking about more like day-to-day actions of firefighters who like aren't fighting fires exactly, but you know, like they had a girl come in with a broken smoke detector who is actually London Tipton from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, so I love that. That also led into a little bit of a cliffhanger, but nothing crazy at the end, which I liked because I hate it when shows like literally just like you can't wait to hear what's gonna happen and they're like, wait until next week, and you're like, how is that fair? They also like the thing with the old man who needed the firefighters to come and help him in the bathroom and all this stuff. Like I like that as well, and also you kind of got to know the characters a little bit deeper, you know, like their personalities and like their backgrounds and stuff. And overall, I just really liked the show. That was really well done, and I am really excited to watch next week's. So yes, I would definitely recommend it. It is like a pretty intense show, so you have to be, you know, in the mood to be emotionally vulnerable because that's just how it goes on all Shonda Rhimes shows. But especially I would say it's the same level as about Grey's Anatomy. That's what I would say because you're dealing with people's lives, you know, like, yeah, so really good. Okay, now we're gonna move into the next Shonda show, which is called For the People, which is all about lawyers in New York City. And to be honest with you, this might be my new favorite one. I am really into this. I think it's on CTV. But, you know, you can find it wherever you are locally. But, oh, it was just really, really good. Like, I like how it's kind of new cases every week. I love shows like that. Kind of reminds me a bit of, like, Conviction, which was one of my favorite shows that got canceled, sadness. But really more about the lawyers versus the cases, which I kind of like. Also talking about like the personal relationships between the lawyers, and my favorite character so far has to be Kate. I think she is awesome. It's kind of hard to see, but I don't think there is like a real main character, which I do like. I like shows like that because I feel like there's more options for more storylines, you know? But yeah, if you're a fan of New York, if you like the kind of like angsty kind of crime, not really crime. It's hard to explain, but I really like the show and I totally recommend you watch it. I've watched 2 episodes of that now and I am hooked. So the next new one is Life Sentence, which stars Lucy Hale. I love Lucy Hale. I think she's so cute. Who is most famously known for Pretty Little Liars. I love how this show is all about her. Like it's all about her. I think it just really shows her acting, but also I like how she's kind of a quirky character. The whole premise behind this show is all about a girl named Stella, who is Lucy, and that she has cancer, and so she kind of lives her life to the fullest, thinking she's gonna die at any time, you know, and then she goes to this trial and is cured and is not gonna die. And so it's kind of a cool idea for a story because it's, again, very emotional, like a lot of, you know, deep subjects, but they still do work in some comedy. But it's kind of more about like her family and what has been going on, you know, this entire time. She's been sick, but her family has kind of hidden it from her. You know, like her mom and dad are splitting up. Her mom is bisexual. They're losing their house because like the dad didn't, you know, deal with the funds properly. Her brother lives at home and he's an older brother and he's just kind of not really sure what to do with his life. The sister gave up this huge scholarship to stay and help take care of her and now hates her job and wants to become a writer but doesn't know how to do that properly, and has kids because she wanted to kind of, you know, give her mom a break from thinking about her sister all the time. The main character, Stella, is married. She went to Paris and found the love of her life, Wes, but they only thought they were gonna be married for 6 months, and now they're gonna be married for a lifetime. So it's kind of just like different relationships. It's just really interesting, and I really think it's a cool show. It is emotional. Like, I could definitely see how it could be a little bit triggering for people, for sure, but I really enjoy it, and I think it's a really good one. It's almost kind of like a bittersweet thing, kind of like This Is Us, where it's like really good, but like really emotional, you know? I've watched 2 episodes, no wait, 3 episodes of that now, and the dog just ruined the moment here. But anyway, whether my dog is barking or not, I love the show, and it's on the CW, and I'm really into it, so yeah. The final show that I wanted to touch on today is called Champions. It's a little bit more of like just a comedy show. I came across the show because, as you know, I'm a huge fan of Mindy Kaling, so she announced that she was, you know, writing this show with someone else and that she has a small role in the show. It also has a lot of the cast members from the Mindy Project in this new one. That really attracted me because I'm a huge fan of the Mindy Project, like, love it. It's so funny and it's just so Mindy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this show. I do like the show, but it's not as good as the Mindy Project, in my opinion, because it's not enough Mindy. And I know it's not supposed to be all Mindy, like there's a whole show about Mindy, obviously, but I miss all the Mindy. The whole idea behind this show is there is this kid, and his dream is to sing on Broadway, you know, and he's this musical kid, and he is raised by his mom, Priya, who is played by Mindy, and she's a single mom. He gets into this program at this awesome school, but he's let in by this teacher who actually was, I think he was arrested for something, so like, they actually couldn't accept him, like he had to re-audition, but the kid was gonna go live with this teacher and his family or something, and now that's like fallen through, and they don't live in New York City. So basically Mindy decides, you know what, we're gonna go find your birth father, and we're gonna see if he can help you out. And the birth father, his name is Vince Cook, and he owns this gym in Brooklyn with his brother, and yeah, it's kind of like all about him meeting his kid, and it's more of a comedy than a really deep emotional story, you know? It's a good show, but I have to be honest, I'm really watching to see Mindy, and there's just not enough of her in it, and I really wish it was more focused on maybe like her relationship with the kid, but that's just me. I feel like they could have really easily done that if they just like kind of extended the Mindy Project and made it all about her and her son, but still, I know that's not the point of the show. I don't think it's my absolute favorite, and I hate saying that because you guys know I love Mindy. Now, will I stop watching it? Probably not. Like, I'll probably record all the episodes and go through and binge them at some point, but it's not something that I'm like, oh yes, this week I get to watch Champions right now. Like, it's more like a, oh, this is fun, but not my fave. You know? So, I think we're done, y'all. That's everything. Those are the shows, the 4 new shows that I've been watching. What do I do with those hand gestures? I'm really excited about this awesome new lineup we have going on, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Please let me know in the comments if you've started watching any of these shows, like what you think so far, because I love talking about TV. Like, I can talk about TV all day. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you on Sunday. Bye!